You won't believe how easy it is to get caught in a scam, even when you think you're too smart or too careful for something like that. But the truth is, these scams are becoming so convincing that anyone can fall for them. And today, I'm sharing how one simple message led me to losing £4,000, all because I thought Johnny Depp himself had reached out to me. It sounds unbelievable, but trust me, when you hear how it started, you'll understand why so many people are falling into the same trap. It all began with a message that looked completely harmless. It said, "Hey, this is Johnny Depp. I wanted to thank you for supporting me." Imagine getting a message like that from someone you've admired for years. The name looks real. The pictures look real. The tone feels personal. In that moment, you don't even question it. You feel excited. You feel seen. You feel like you've been chosen out of millions of fans. That's exactly how these scammers get in. They make you feel special before you even think to question anything. The truth is, real celebrities don't secretly message fans privately like that. But when you're caught in that moment, you don't think logically. You think emotionally. And that's how the trap begins. The next part is how they build trust. They don't rush. They don't pressure you at the start. They talk to you like a friend. They ask how your day was. They say they appreciate your loyalty. They tell you things like, "You're different." I don't usually open up to people. When someone famous confides in you, it hits your heart in a different way. You feel trusted. You feel connected. And that's exactly what they want. They use patience and emotion to pull you in deeper. Then comes the big trick, the private account. After a while, they say something like, "My main account is monitored. Message me on my private account instead." Now you think, wow, I'm getting access to something special. But that private account is where the real manipulation begins. They share photos no one has seen. They type in a more personal tone. They act like they trust only you. Slowly, without realizing it, you start believing this connection is real. And once they isolate you, you become easier to control. Then comes the story. This is where it all changes. For me, the scammer said he was stuck in a legal issue. Then he said he couldn't access his money temporarily. He didn't ask for cash at first. He just hinted he needed support. He used phrases like, "I've never asked anyone for help before," and "I feel safe talking to you." When someone you admire says those words, you feel responsible. You feel like helping them isn't just kindness, it feels meaningful. But scammers never ask for money directly. They guide you in steps. First, they ask for a small gift card, just to prove loyalty. Then it becomes a tiny, temporary loan. Then they promise to pay you back double. Then the amounts quietly get bigger. And each time you hesitate, they pull out emotional manipulation. The message that pushed me over the edge was, "You said you care about me, but now you're leaving me alone in pain." That one message is how I ended up losing £4,000. Not because I was foolish. But because I was emotionally manipulated by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. The worst part is what happens when you finally say no. When you stop sending money or question anything, they change instantly. The warm messages turn cold. They get angry. They try to guilt-trip you. Some even threaten with fake legal warnings. And then, just like that, the celebrity who claimed to love you disappears. The heartbreak isn't just about the money. It's the embarrassment. The shock. The feeling of being emotionally used. But let me say this clearly, it is not your fault. These scammers study your emotions. They know what to say. They know how to make you feel chosen, special, and connected. They are professionals at manipulation. If you ever get a message from any celebrity, these are the things to remember. Real celebrities never DM fans privately to chat. Not for friendship, not for romance, and definitely not for money. If someone asks you to switch to a private page or WhatsApp, consider it a huge red flag. If anyone asks for money, gift cards, or crypto, it is absolutely a scam. If you're ever unsure, reverse search their photos. Most of these scammers steal pictures from the internet. And most importantly, always trust your gut. If something feels strange, then something is wrong. And if someone tells you to keep the relationship a secret, that's not romance. That's manipulation. So now, I want to hear from you. What's the weirdest or strangest DM you've ever received from a so-called celebrity? Share it in the comments because your story might help someone else avoid a huge mistake. And if this story helped you understand how these scams work, share this video with friends and family. You might save someone hundreds or even thousands of pounds. Before you go, check out my next video about how fake celebrity accounts use AI-generated photos to fool fans. It's honestly shocking how real they look. And if you found this video helpful, a like, a comment, or a subscription truly means a lot. It helps more than you know. Stay safe, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next one.